Hello everybody, Vix Trader here for Tuesday, December 11th, 2018. I thought we'd talk about the markets today. Markets had a big rally yesterday, so we'll see how things pan out today. It's a trader's market. Take profits when you can. All it takes is a tweet to change things around, bearish or bullish. The market's below the January low, 267.40, and which happens to be the 5-day moving average today. The VIX is at 23. That's kind of bullish because the VIX generally has a range of about 23 to about 16, so this is probably going to go down. This future is right here at 6 p.m. This is arrow. The range here is 238, which is a bottom line, and the top is 243. Currently, it's at 255, so it's very bullish. Looking bullish for spiders. I'm bearish for TVIX. The 15-day moving average, the 15-day trend is down. So let's talk about. So we have a bullish scenario here. I do want to first thing to point out is when you trade the TVIX, if you're gonna buy it, try to buy it somewhere in the 40s or the high 30s. Really, in the long term, this thing hits the 200-day moving average and then just goes further down. In February, look at this. I mean, it went all the way to the 200-day moving average. This was the time to short it. In March, when the markets collapsed again, you want to short it at the 200-day moving average. And here we are again. $61 was the high here, and the 5-day moving average was about 53, 54. And the 5-day moving average right now is 51.38. This is the big number for the TVIX, 51.38. If it goes below that and stays below it, it's very bearish, and most likely will end up somewhere in high mid 30s or somewhere in the 40s. I don't know. It depends on the tweets. President Twitter, who knows what he's going to say. But in general, even when the market's going down, 200-day moving average has been solid resistance. Yes, it will go over for 1 day, 2 days, 3 days. Right here, it's been over 3 days. Like yesterday, it was up above it and hit resistance around here because we have a wedge pattern forming here, and it went down. So you got to keep that in mind. If you're going to short, like I could have, if I was afraid the market was going to collapse, I go maybe I'll buy some TVIX and go long. But I'm looking at, well, wait a second here. Look at this 200-day. I don't have much upside. Even if I'm long it, my upside's really only like $2-3. But my downside is huge. I'm looking at $10-15 downside. So just keep that in mind. So 51.38 is your big resistance at the TVIX. The spiders, this could be a Friday, or this could be something new. It's the 3-day moving average has been resistance, as you see. The first 15 minutes will tell us a lot. I was showing, charts here. I should pull up a chart here. The first 15-minute bar, which is right here, if it goes below the low of that, the market usually sells off, like here. Or let's do a 15-minute bar here, like here. It's a big indicator. We saw last Friday, it looked like it was going to break out. It was above the 3-day. It was about to break out of this downward channel, but the first 50-minute bar low, which is right here, was broken, and it sold off. And we're pretty much in the same situation. The market is up about 12 points, which is about $1. So it's probably going to open up around 265, which is around here. But if it breaks below that low, whatever that low ends up being, for the first 15 minutes, it's either going to go down, or it's going to find support at the 3-day and rally forward. Even on updates, like I said, here's some updates. Here's the first 15-minute bar. It stayed above the low, which is right here, of this 15-minute bar. So the first 15-minute bar will tell us a lot, whether it stays above it and rallies, or goes below it and sells off. That's why I look at that as my primary indicator for the day. The 5-day moving average is right around here, 267.40, which happens to be the monthly low. I was saying the first bar of the year, the January bar, tells a lot. It's either going to go above it and rally in some years, 2017, 2016, or it can go sideways. If it goes below, it tends to go a lot lower. Here's 2008 right here, Lehman situation, September. So this 267.40 is really the big resistance of the day, in that can it go above this and rally to the upper end of this channel. So that's what we're looking to see. So my strategy for the day is to see the first 15 minutes of the bar and see if it go up to this 5-day moving average 267.40. And if it can hold above it, wherever this green line is, which is the 5-bar average, I'll short the TVIX when the SPY hits the 5-bar average. And that could be $49, $48, who knows. If it can hold it, or is it gonna go below the 15-minute first bar and go lower? We don't know. Any tweet can come out and change the complexion of the market. So that's the strategy for the day. Let's see what happens in the first 15 minutes and see whether it goes above that first bar or below it, for a bullish bearish day. But keep that in mind. We got a head and shoulder pattern still here. It's still intact until it makes a new high above this $61 area. This pattern is still intact. So we could still, in the long term, who knows, anything can happen, but it could head for, if this is fulfilled, it could go down to a $15 price target if it goes down. I do want to talk about a couple of things I keep hearing in the news. They keep talking about how the market's oversold, it should rally. In bear markets, market can stay oversold for a very long time. And so just because something is oversold does not mean it's going to rally. That's all stocks. And then just like in a bull market, people say markets prices are overstocked, stocks are overbought. We shouldn't buy, and they can stay overbought for a long time. And if you look in bull market to the monthly chart, if I actually pull a weekly out of it, it's easier to see. You have to don't look at oversold, overbought as much as you look at what's your upside. I mean, if you're buying in these weeks here, you're at the upper end of this channel, you really have a low probability of making any profits. This is the aberration that went above this channel, because over the past 10 years, like here, there wasn't a whole lot of upside because you just keep bouncing resistance at this channel and going sideways. So yeah, it was overbought. Doesn't mean you should buy, but doesn't mean you should sell. It just depends on the time frame. The time frame here would have been hours and 15 minutes. I wouldn't have held anything long term. But in the news, it talks about seasonalities. We're in a trader's market. Anything can change. All it takes is a tweet for the market to go up 500 points. Well, like yesterday, all it takes is a tweet for it to go down 1,000 points or 500 points. So you have to have a strategy. That's why this is our plan for the day. And to buy right around here. Well, if it breaks the 5-day moving average and holds it, and right around this green line, which should be down here somewhere, to short for short the TVIX, discipline is freedom, and if you stay disciplined, you'll do well. If you don't stay disciplined and just throw darts and see what happens, and you're in the long run, you probably are not going to be successful. But 51.38 is the price of the day for the TVIX. If it stays below that, it tends to be a bearish situation. I think go a lot lower. And the other one will be, we'll see what happens. This 30-day moving average is also a big thing. I should show you that 30-day moving average on the TVIX, which is right here. Generally, whatever direction this goes, the much shorter time frame is where it goes. And this thing is right now flattening out and not going up. I had pointed in the earlier video, the market is down 10%. It's close to the lows, and this thing should be really around 120, 150 area. Instead, it's only at $60 because of the decay. And if the market has any kind of a rally, 4 or 5% in the next 2 weeks, this thing will most likely end up closer to the bottom range, around the high 30s, 40s, than it'll be anywhere around here. Fix Trader here. Thank you for listening. Please like my videos and subscribe if you like it. I hope these are helpful. Bye-bye.